Hi, I'm Teresa Lowell, and I'm here today with,
Aulani Domingo.
and I'm going to be interviewing her about my Solutionary project, which is called Rags to Bags. Aulani, you were the first recipient of this project. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your bag?
Normally, I like to rate it like a 4.7. Like this is the bag. This is the first bag they made too, and the only reason it has like that point 3 is because sometimes I have like a brush or something that'll go through, but that's only if it's at the very bottom of the bag. So that's kind of my fault for putting it at the bottom.
So your problem is that it's made of, it looks like a net and it has holes in it.
I think maybe you guys were, because it's the first bag, it was a little less inconsistent with how big each hole is. Because like towards the top, you guys are getting the hang of it, and it's like getting smaller and smaller, and it's like steadier. But when it's at the bottom, see, you have like this bit chunky piece right there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So like, that's all. But if not, it's fine. It's good.
Okay.
It's really good.
What do you typically hold in your bag?
Well, clothes. I used it a lot during track season, just to like show that it was good and it was useful. So right now I have my clothes for graduation after, and I have my headphones inside. So I kind of just carry anything. Sometimes I'll even hold like my pencil pouch, my keys and stuff.
How many days per week would you say that you use this bag?
If I'm not using another bag, I use it every day, but I have to like rotate out bags so everything gets used. So I'd say once a week, maybe, or sometimes it'll be twice a week if I take it to dance too.
What is your biggest issue or complaint? Maybe you already covered that with the holes in the bag, but is there anything else that you would say you
Uh,
can improve on with this bag?
this isn't you guys, but I put so much stuff inside that it stretches. That's my fault though, because I've put heavy stuff inside before.
I don't think that's really your fault. Maybe we could have made the strap a little bit shorter so that it didn't stretch as much. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good feedback. Okay. Um, Changing gears to focus on the broader issue of textile waste. Did you know that 92 million tons of textile waste is produced each year? And in the US, 66% of all discarded clothes end up in a landfill?
Can I ask what textile waste is?
Textile waste refers to all clothes, shoes, um, like bed sheets, linens, anything that is made from cloth is considered
Why
textile
can't it be
waste.
called cloth then and not textile waste? Like, why does it have to be textile?
Because textile is a word for cloth. Why do you think so many clothes go into a landfill?
Because people grow out of it and they don't think to donate it and they just throw it away instead because it's not used anymore. That's why, like, most of the times I give it to like this close family I have with my dance friends, or I'll give it to my cousins or anything. And half of my clothes are hand me downs. I'm pretty. Wait. I have to show this. This shirt is a hand me down, and so are these shorts. They're from my cousin. So that's a proof. Don't throw away your clothes.
Okay.
Right there.
So you might have already covered this question, but what do you do with your old clothes?
I'm so good at covering these questions before you ask them. I just give it to this family. Like at dance, I'll see them. I'll be like, "Oh, hey, do you want to wear like a brown flannel?" They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it," and I'll give it to them. But if it's like a mass thing, then I'll just give it all to them.
Do you ever donate to Goodwill or Salvation Army?
Sometimes, but I try not to give it to Goodwill because I know how packed that warehouse is, and I feel bad for the workers.
Okay. How often would you say that you get new clothes? Not not clothes that are hand me downs, but something that you go to the store and get or order online.
Honestly, it's mostly around when I go to trips. Like that's mainly when I get new clothes or like sports seasons. You know, just because like I'll have grown out of something, so I have to get like something newer. Because I don't know why I'm still growing, but I am. But it's so bad. But anyway, yeah. Like my mom, we went to Korea recently, and we went to this dance studio, and they're selling like jackets and stuff. So she got me a jacket from there, and we're not even in Korea. But we went to Korea recently. We went to the studio, so she got it for me, and I was like, okay, thanks.
So back to the project. Based on what you have seen, do you think that this is a viable solution to reduce textile waste?
I mean, I think so because you take like multiple shirts per bag, right? Like,
Yes, we
it's a
use
different
three
colors,
shirts.
right? It's a different
Yeah,
colors.
there's 3 different shirts in here.
So that's like however many shirts, and how many people did you give bags to?
I think about 4 or 5.
can't do that math on hand. What is that? 15 shirts? I think that's pretty good. If it's like 5 times 3, yeah. So bad. Okay, but I think that's good. But I also think that maybe like it is, but maybe it's also not because it is pretty time consuming. Like you said, it took a while to just cut the strips, right?
Yeah, it does. Each shirt takes about 2 hours just to cut into strips of yarn. So when you have 3 shirts per bag,
Why does
that's
it take so long to?
because you want to measure it and be like I try to be exact so that it's all consistent. Like this one was the first one, so it has some
So how long would it take Anna to do it if she doesn't like sit there? And...
Well, I was responsible for cutting the yarn because I have this cutting mat and a rotary.
Oh, you
cutter.
have one of those.
Yeah. So that's what I used, and I measured it out to like each strip was like a half inch.
Is it one of those self-healing mats where you can like cut it on it and like it'll just yes? Yeah. Those are so cool.
Yeah. So that's what I had. I think if you were cutting the shirts by hand just with scissors, it would take much longer than 2 hours. But 2 hours is still a lot.
I thought you were just cutting it with scissors. Like that's what I thought it was.
No, I didn't.
And like I imagined you just sitting on your bed, sitting there just cutting and like cutting, like opening it up and then like cutting the strips.
No, I'm so glad I had this. I don't think the project would have worked if I didn't have that to cut. So yeah, it takes 2 hours to cut each shirt, and then to crochet the whole bag, it takes about 2 hours. So this is 8 hours of work right here.
It feels so unnecessarily long.
Yeah, it takes a while. So I think if we could somehow produce the yarn faster, it would significantly reduce time. Yeah. Can you think of any other ways that old clothes can be recycled or reused once they are too worn out to be donated?
I honestly can't. Like when I think of like reusing clothes, I think of this episode from Liv and Maddie where they're like upcycling things and they're like making jeans out of shirts and like more bags out of like skirts and stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. So I mean, I think this is a pretty smart idea.
Thank you. Okay, well, thank you for coming to the interview, and thank you for using this. I hope you enjoyed the bag, and you'll continue using it once this project is done. I think it's a pretty good bag. That's all.
Yay.